Happy Sunday, friends. So, as discussed, this is our first remote. We're giving it a try, doing a live workout. Today is 20 minutes of stretching and 20 minutes of rolling out on a foam roller, or if you have a basketball, even you can use, get creative. Anything firm that you can use that you can lay over and roll out on will work. It just might look a little bit different, but that's okay. So make your way to your mat. Like usual, we want to set ourselves up to be in a clearer space, intentionally letting go of the stresses that we can leave behind for just a few minutes when we have some time together. Our feet are hip width apart. Slide your weight up onto the balls of the feet, lift the heels, and then slide onto the heels, lift the toes. Trying to clear our mind, trying to spend a moment to think about what don't we need to hang on to today. Slide to the outside rim of the foot, and then slide to the inside rim. Take your weight to all four quadrants so you feel front, back, side to side, connect to the floor. Soften your knees so you're exaggerating that forward flexion, and then we'll do the reverse, flex the quads and pull the knees back over the heels. Soften the knees so they settle right over your feet. Squeeze your glutes, press your hips forward. So you can allow your back to extend or arch just a little bit as you lean forward the hips and lean back the chest. And then send your hips back. Oh, fierce kitty. Shouldn't have worn bare legs. Slide your hips to the right. And then slide your hips to the left. Bring the hips center. So the hips are right over the knees, right over the feet. Take your shoulders, roll your shoulders forward, tilt the chin down towards the chest. I've already given him all the things that he usually harasses me for, except a lap to sit on. So roll those shoulders back and down. We'll see. Look up towards the ceiling. And then relax the shoulders. Take the right ear to the right shoulder. If you need, buddy, do you need help? Do you need help? Take the left ear to the left shoulder. So with your head center, you're stacked from the crown of your head all the way down to the feet. Take a deep breath in, arms come up. Exhale, drop your shoulders and hinge. Scoop your belly button in, round your back. Loosen up so as you come forward, let your body sway a little bit right to left. Loosen up your back, your shoulders, your neck. And then slowly roll all the way up. Squeeze your glutes, pull your belly button in, roll your shoulders back and down, and then do that again. Deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders, hinge, tabletop back. Round the back, tuck the abs in. Slide your hands up the shins, look forward. Slide the hands down, bend your left knee, lift your right hand. Lean your body towards the right. right hand comes down. Slide your hands up the shins, look forward. We're trying to get that extension through the cervical spine, through the back. Take the hands back down. Soften your right knee. Lift that left hand to the ceiling. Lean towards your left. Inhale. Exhale. Send that left hand back down. Slowly roll all the way up. Squeeze your glutes. Pull your belly button in. Roll your shoulders back and down. And once again, deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders and hinge. Scoop your belly button in, round your back. Now this time, walk your hands forward, high hover. Low hover. Press your chest through. All the animals are saying hi today. Lift the hips, come back into that inverted V, down dog. High hover. Low hover. Press the chest through. Lay your thighs down, flatten your feet, look up. Sway your hips a little bit right to left. And then settle in the center. Sink back into child's pose. So as you draw back into child's pose, take the tailbone. Have the weight of the tailbone feel heavy and sink the hips lower towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale, take your left hand, slide it underneath your right arm and look over that right shoulder. Nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, switch. Take that left arm back over. Take the right arm, feed it underneath, look over that left shoulder. Now your hips will want to lift up as you're doing that. Continue to let the weight of the hips sink lower to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, bring that right hand back over one more time. Inhale. As you exhale, slide back into that hand and knee position. Dig your toes into the floor, lift the hips, press back. Float your right leg up towards the ceiling. Lean back. So when you're in that, your body tries to shift forward. Lean back as far as you can. Inhale. As you exhale, take your right foot forward, lift your body, turn your left toes out. So in that position, you're perpendicular foot to foot. Take that right hand forward, left hand back. This is for you, Lisa. Lean into that right knee. Take your right hand down, left hand to the ceiling. Now I could come into that bind if I want, hand to hand. I could be upright with my right elbow on the right thigh. You pick what makes sense. Now let go of the bind, straighten your right leg. Hips are back and lifted. Soften that right knee, lift your body, spiral back. Your left hand comes to that back leg, your right hand to the ceiling. Try and lift so it's hip all the way to fingertip as long as you can get it. Inhale. Exhale, spiral back down, bring that right hand down to the floor, left hand to the ceiling. You can create Activate that bind if you want. Straighten that right leg, hips come back and up. Soften that right knee. Lift your body, spiral back. Left hand comes back to the left thigh, right hand comes up. Again, lift hip to fingertip as far as you can. Inhale. Exhale one more time. Bring that right hand down to the floor, left hand to the ceiling. Straighten your right leg. Soften that right knee. Lift your body, spiral back. Left hand comes to the left thigh. Right hand comes up. Lean your body weight into that right knee. So you're creating a push-pull. The knee comes forward and the hand comes back. Big deep breath in. As you exhale, spiral down so your hands come down to the floor. Step your right foot back so you're in a high hover. Low hover. Press your chest through. Inverted V. Draw the hips back. Tailbone comes up towards the ceiling. Relax the back of the neck. Float your left leg. Once again, your body wants to pop forward with your body weight. Push back over that right heel. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, pull that left leg all the way through. So with that left leg all the way through, we come up. Turn your right toes so your right toes are perpendicular to your left. Lean into your left knee. Arms in opposition, so your left hand comes forward, right hand reaches back. Bring that left hand down to the floor, right hand to the ceiling. I could be here with my elbow on the knee. I could come into that bind where I grab hand to hand, or hand to the floor to ceiling. Straighten your left leg. The hips come back and up. Soften your left knee, lift your body, bring that right hand down to the right thigh, left hand comes up once again, hip to fingertip, bend into your left knee, so you're pulling your left knee and your left hand as far away from each other as you can get them. Breathe. And come back down, left hand to the floor, right hand to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Hips pull up and back. Soften your left knee. Lift your body. Right hand comes back down the leg. Left hand to the ceiling. Big deep breath in. That will expand the ribs and stretch the intercostals a little deeper. Exhale, come down. Last time. Left hand to the floor, right hand to the ceiling. Inhale. As you exhale, lift, straighten that left leg. Lift the hips up and back. Now soften the left knee, spiral back behind you. Lift your left hand so you're spreading from knee to fingertip as far as you can. Big deep breath in. Exhale, spiral your hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back, high hover. Low hover. Press your chest through. Squeeze your glutes. That's really going to help to extend your hip flexors. Inverted V, press back. Float your right leg. Lean back into that left foot. All right, here we go, Chelsea. Pull your right leg all the way through into pigeon. So you get to choose. You can stay upright on your hands. You can come down onto your elbows. You could come down onto your forehead. Our goal as we come into that stretch, you can take that leg and move the shin so that the shin is parallel to the edge of your mat. Then you may be a little bit more upright, but if you feel the stretch in that right hamstring and glute deeper, then hang out there. You don't have to drop the upper body. If you have a chair or a couch ottoman, you could rest your forehead on that, a yoga block, your roller, whatever you have at your disposal. Inhale. Exhale, try and let go of the weight into that right hip. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale, walk your hands up. You're going to rock onto your right hip and take your left leg out to the side. So in that position, you're tucked, so you have that tucked foot. Your right hip is down. Lift your heart as tall as you can. Turn towards your left foot and then crawl forward. Our goal is to spiral twist. So we drive the hip down and then we rotate towards that foot. It could be hands on the floor. You could grab onto the thigh, the foot. You could bring your hands across on the other side. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale. Walk your hands back up. Go ahead and turn back onto your hands and knees. Dig the toes into the floor. Lift the hips. Pull the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Float your left leg up. Lean your body weight back towards that right heel. Pull your left knee all the way through into pigeon. You can stay upright. You can take the shin parallel to the edge of the mat, or go ahead and come down. Elbows or forehead, whatever feels right this morning. Feel the weight of that left hip get heavy and sink lower to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, push back into your hands, rock your weight onto your left hip, take that right leg out to the side, lift your body nice and tall. So you'll notice your body sinks back into the sacrum, into your tailbone. We're trying to press the chest forward, so we come nice and tall and upright, press into your left hip, lift your body tall, and then rotate towards your right foot and crawl forward. So that could be hands at the thigh, the calf. You could create that bind. We're trying to drive into the left hip, then rotate the left ribs towards the right thigh. Inhale. Exhale. Your body is holding tension from your week. I want you to think on each exhale, try and let go of your back, your hips, the weight of the leg on the left side. One more inhale. As you exhale, crawl your hands back. Now take both legs out to the side so you have that nice wide position, leg to leg. Pull forward so you send the hips back. You can have just your hands on the mat, elbows on the mat, forehead on the mat. Relax the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, lift up nice and tall. So as you come upright, go ahead and bring the legs back behind you. So you're in that hand and knee position. Scoop the belly button in, round your back. Flatten your back, dig your toes into the floor, lift your hips, press back into that inverted V down dog. Oh, you have a dog doing down dog. Float your right leg up towards the ceiling. So this is our last stretch before we move on to our roller. Take that right foot forward. As that right foot comes forward, set your left knee down, flatten the left foot. Turn your right toes out to the side so you have an angled right foot. Then from there, reach that right hand behind you. You can come onto this outer rim of the right foot as you come into that rotation. Lean into your left hip. When we drop the weight of the left hip, you should feel the pull in the outside of that right thigh. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that right hand back down. Now your options. So I can hold this position here, move around a little bit, find where I'm tight. I can come down onto my elbows, or I could reach back and grab the left foot. Try and lean your body weight forward so you're drawing the head away from that left foot. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze your left glute to deepen the stretch in the left thigh, hip flexor. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, release your left foot. Both hands come down to the floor. Lift your left knee. Slide your right foot back. Low hover. Press your chest through. Lengthening the abs, your hip flexors, and then pull the tailbone up. Tailbone towards the ceiling, heels towards the floor. Float your left leg, lean your body weight back. Pull that left foot all the way through. Once you pull the left foot through, set the right knee down, flatten the right foot, turn your left toes out. Bring that left hand behind you. Feel the freedom to come into that outer rim of that left foot to deepen the stretch, and then drop this right hip towards the floor. Move around a little bit till you find where you're tense, and then hold there. Inhale. Exhale, bring that left hand back to center. Now you can stay with your hands here. You can come down onto your elbows. You could place that left hand centered and reach around, grab that right foot. Lean forward. Squeeze your right glute. Inhale. Exhale, release. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale, let go of that right foot. Bring your hands down, dig your left toes back into that plank high hover position. Low hover. Press your chest through. Lay your thighs down, flatten your feet. Look over your left shoulder. Look over your right shoulder. Back to center, look up. Squeeze your glutes. Press your hips back one more time in that child's pose. Then we transition to our roller. Nice big deep breath in. Exhale, try and let the weight of the hips feel heavy and sink down towards the floor. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, walk your hands back. Now, if you're going to stay for the rolling work, go ahead and grab the ball or the roller, whatever you have to use today. We're going to start with our calves and we'll finish with our quads. So it's not, we don't hold this position for very long. So you can pick and choose if you want to do the calves and then bounce, go for it. Otherwise, with a ball, it's going to be easier to do one leg at a time. On a roller, most of you will have a longer one. On a roller, you can do one leg or both. So I'll show you both options and then you decide what serves you. So if you have a roller, you can place both ankles over that roller. Karen, a rolling pin, you would just put one foot on the floor like when we use the bar at the gym, and then you would roll on the rolling pin. Your leg would be closer to the floor just like it is at the gym. If you have a roller that you can put both feet on, you lift your bottom off the floor and then roll forward and back, coming from the back, right underneath the knee. So don't go over the knee, right underneath the knee to the bottom of the leg so that you're going right into the ankle. Now I'm going to do one leg at a time. If that's too much, you would stay with two. Now options. I can put my left foot on the floor and roll my right leg over it. Try and let the weight of that leg go. It's going to grip so you can't get in there. You have to release it into the ball or the roller so that you can get in there. If I want to make it deeper, I stack the weight of my left leg. Now I don't need that because I'm plenty tight and sore. But if you're not feeling the movement forward and back into the muscle, then you would just add a little bit of weight here. Now, as we go through that, turn the toes out. Turn the toes in. Find where you are bound up. So some of you will have more issues on the internal rim of that, some on the center, some on the outside. Knead it out. So you go into that movement full range to kind of discover where your hot spots are, and then isolate and focus on the spots that need a little more attention. Inhale. exhale, switch legs. So once again, if you're doing both legs, just continue a little bit longer, roll out on that dual leg movement. Otherwise, you switch and then moving from right underneath the knee to that ankle. Full range to discover where you need some extra attention and then knead out the spot that needs it. So where those muscles are meant to glide next to one another, sometimes that tension, the tightness, and the knots in there give it more friction bound. So the knots and that scar tissue you're trying to create, if you can loosen that up, you want to create that nice lubricated, so the fascia helps with that, and you're trying to get it so that they can glide and move smoothly when we're doing all our agility work. Inhale. Exhale. Now go ahead and come into a seated position. You're going to rotate over, so we will use that. Now we're going to go into our quads. But first, rotate over. So now that we've loosened that up, circulated a little bit more blood into the gastrocnemius and the soleus, take your left heel and dig it towards the floor. Lengthen. Big deep breath in. Exhale, switch. Take that right heel, dig it towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale, bring both knees in. Now you're going to take your roller, or if you're using a ball, that works as well. You're going to take that roller and lay your body over it. If you're on a ball, you'll just do one leg at a time. And we'll be doing some of that too. But otherwise, right now we start with both legs and we just roll from right above the knee to right below the hip. So again, if you have something like a medicine ball or a basketball and it's only allowing you to do one leg at a time, you would do a couple rolls on the right and then a couple rolls on the left. Now, lean into your right leg. So you can stack your left foot on the right, otherwise you lean into your right leg and you can just have the other leg hanging out. In that, you're going to turn the right toes out, so you're going after the inside portion of that right thigh. The hot spots, it's usually a little more tense right above the knee, where you go into insertion, and right below the hip. Now turn your right toes center, so you're coming down more at the center of that quad. Turn the right toes in, so you're more on the outside rim. That one's a little painful. Oof. Same thing with the calf. You're going forward and back full range till you find a hot spot, then isolate and knead it out. Now transition your weight to your left. So now you have the left foot heavy, so you're trying to picture the weight leaning into that left side. Turn your left toes out. with the left toes out, you're massaging out the inside portion of that thigh. Again, feel what it feels like just right above the knee and then right below the hip. Now turn your left toe center, so you're going over the center of that quad. Now turn the toes in. That's when you're going real close to that IT band, which we're going to hit next. So in that, it might be a little bit uncomfortable. The toes are turned in and you're rolling on the outer rim of that left leg. Just like the stretches, your body is going to grip and try not to let you get into those tight spots. So picture your weight, let gravity, let your weight fall towards the ball or the roller, whatever you're using. Inhale. As you exhale, go ahead and come back behind the roller or the ball. Bring your hands to the floor, sink back into that child's pose stretch. Inhale. Exhale, pull back. Now, taking it on that left glute, you're going to take the ball or the roller and just roll the glute. So the ball is going to let you get into some different spots because of this, how the shape of it, obviously. But with the roller, you're going to try and move the weight in and out a little bit. Find where we do a lot for the glute, well, we do a lot for all the glutes. The gluteus medius, the side a little bit. So roll over to that side, then come to the back, so you're more on the back portion, and find where yours is tight. Again, it's going to grip so you can't get in there. Relax it, breathe, and let it go. You may have to slow down and just press into it. Inhale. Exhale, stay on that left leg. Rotate over so that your ball or your roller is on that front edge of that muscle, and you're just rolling over that IT band. Now again, if I wanted to make it harder or deeper, I would stack my feet. It's uncomfortable, so when you're coming into that, it's not a relaxing portion to massage out. It's on the outer rim of that left thigh. So you may have to move to find it, but it will be uncomfortable when you're on it. Inhale, breathe through that. Exhale. One more big deep breath in. And exhale. Go ahead and switch sides. So when you come into that now on the right, you start with the glute. Find that position where you can get into that right glute. You may need to roll out a little bit, pull in a little bit. So as you're rolling forward and back, let gravity, let the glutes sink into that roller or that ball. So if you have in that insertion point where that attaches, sometimes you'll feel like a speed bump, like a thunk when you're coming from the hamstring to the glute. Try and let that roller massage into that. So you may need to slow down a little bit and try and think lengthening through that hamstring, so the lead up into the speed bump. And then you may just want to sit more like a pressure point on that spot. So again, some that'll be a bigger issue than for others. Big deep breath in. As you exhale, rotate over to that IT band. So now you're coming to that front edge of that right leg. So once again, that's an uncomfortable position. So when you're in that, you can choose add extra weight or take it off and kickstand to relieve some of the weight. And then from there, rolling from the front of the knee to the hip. So you may have to keep angling in and out to find it, but once you find it, you'll know. Same thing, we're right below the hip, right above the knee. That's where you're going to have a little bit more tension. Inhale. Exhale. And that's something. That's something. Come back onto your hands and knees. Round to the back, scoop the belly button in. Flatten the back, dig the toes into the floor, lift the hips, press back so you're drawing the heels towards the floor, tailbone to the ceiling. Shift your weight right to left. And then slowly walk your hands back. Before you walk away from your mat, whatever stress you can let go of, physical, mental, emotional, release what you don't need. Slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll yourselves up, squeeze your glutes, pull your belly button in, roll your shoulders back and down. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale one more time, big deep breath in, arms up. And exhale, give yourselves a hand. Thank you so much for joining me this morning in this different way. I'm excited for our week together. I'm excited for I could feel the stretching very different today from all the different stuff that you'll be doing this week. So it's like going back in time for me, I think. But anyway, I love and miss you guys. I'm thinking about you, and I can't wait to hear how your week goes. Have a great day.